Hello class, this is Mr. Steigerwald, and we're going to get ready to take notes on section 4.2, angle relationships in triangles. Our objectives: number 1, find the measures of interior and exterior angles of triangles. 2, apply theorems about the interior and exterior angles of triangles. The first definition: auxiliary line. It's a line that is added to a figure to aid in a proof. Beat. Number 2, corollary. This is a theorem whose proof follows directly from another theorem. Beep. Number 3, interior. It's the set of all points inside the figure. So draw this figure right here with triangle ACM. All the space on the inside of this triangle is the interior. So all of this in here is the interior of a triangle. Write that down. Draw your diagrams. Beat. Exterior. These are the set of all points outside the figure. So we're talking about the space, exterior, outside of the triangle. All of this right here, all that space is the exterior. Draw your diagram too, along with the definition. Beat. Interior angle. It's an angle formed by two sides of a triangle. So when they're talking about interior angle, it's an angle that opens up into the interior. So angle A, what I highlighted there, that will be called an interior angle. Beat. And draw your diagrams. Number 6, exterior angle. It's the angle formed by one side of the triangle and the extension of an adjacent side. So draw your triangle again, and let me show you what this exterior angle means. So I'm going to extend this side right here. I'm going to extend segment AM. I'm going to extend it out, and the exterior angle, let me highlight this here, will be this angle right here. That will be called an exterior angle. Draw your diagram too, along with your writing the definition. Beat. Remote interior angles. It's an interior angle that is not adjacent to the exterior angle. Now if I draw this exterior angle again, right here, and let me highlight the exterior angle. This right here, if this is my exterior angle, the remote interior angle, and actually there's going to be two of them, will be angle A and also angle C. That is your remote interior angle. Beat. Here are some key concepts. The theorem 4.2.1, triangle sum theorem. It states that the sum of the angle measures of a triangle is 180 degrees. So with the diagram to the right here, we'll have measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. Go ahead and write that down. And I'm going to move this down a little bit here. We have two corollaries. Okay? A corollary follows a theorem. Okay? Corollary 4.22. The acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. So here's our conclusion, that angle D plus the angle E are complementary. Measure of angle D plus measure of angle E equals 90 degrees. And of course that makes sense because if there's 180 degrees in a triangle, we know that the measure of angle D plus the measure of angle E plus the measure of angle F equals 180 degrees. And if we subtract 90 degrees from each side, because that's the measure of angle F, of course we're going to have measure of angle D plus the measure of angle E equals 90 degrees. The next corollary, 4.23. The measure of each angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. You see in your diagram underneath the hypothesis that all the angles have an arc mark. So angle A is congruent to angle B, which is congruent to angle C. We also know that the measure of angle A plus the measure, or equals the measure of angle B equals the measure of angle C, which equals 60 degrees. Write that down as well. Beat. The next theorem, 4.24, the exterior angles theorem. Now it states here that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of its remote interior angles. So what does that mean? The measure of angle 4 equals the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. I'm going to slide this down, so if you're not done writing that, pause it. Theorem 425, the third angles theorem. It states that if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the third pair of angles are congruent. So in your diagram, you see that angle L is congruent to angle R, angle M is congruent to angle S, so that means angle N, right here, will be congruent to angle T. We're talking about this angle right here. In your conclusion, you'll write measure of angle N is congruent to measure of angle T. All right, students, have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you in class. Bye.